Another powerful practice for mastering your mind is putting it down. Most people complain about a turbulent mind. There's too much fluctuation in the mind. It's uneasy. You're getting pushed and pulled in all these different directions. And it's a lot like this tea. Now, you can't see it, but there's tea in this cup. And let's let this cup represent the mind. So, you want to still the mind, and you're holding on to it and complaining about how turbulent the mind is. See, the tea is basically splashing, and I don't want it to splash on my computer, but it's very turbulent. And why is it very turbulent? Right? As much as I'm practicing trying to steady the mind, which is like this, right? All these practices to steady the mind, right? Well, what's the one thing that I haven't tried? Because that's not working. Trying to make it stop, I can't stop the mind. The more I try and make it stop by thinking about it trying to stop, there's actually more turbulence. The more I say, come on, quiet the mind, I want my mind to be quiet, it seems to get louder, right? There's some big waves in here. It's overwhelming. It's scary. Now, the more I try and practice stilling the mind, I seem to be creating more turbulence. But what's the one thing that I haven't tried doing? Because this has been going on for a long time. And I'm no good at stilling the mind when I'm making all this effort to still it. But what's the one thing that I haven't tried? Well, put it down. I put it down and it's still. There's no fluctuation in the tea. It's still. It's not moving. There's no turbulence. So, again, like most of the practices I share, it's not really a practice. You're putting it down. Practice is something that you do. Holding on to something is something you do. Putting something down, it's not really a practice. You're so used to holding on to the mind. And I'm saying, do what you've never done before. Put it down. When you put it down, well, not much is happening. There's no problems. You're not suffering. You're just enjoying a peaceful mind. Or you could say you're experiencing what appears to be no mind. When you put it down, there's not much of a mind that you're experiencing. Because all you experience of the mind, your experience of the mind is really thoughts, thinking and perceiving. That's what you call the mind. And even perceiving, you can group into thinking. Because we tend to label everything that we are perceiving. So when you put it down, you'll notice the stillness. Now, just like when I put down the cup, you might not notice it instantly. See, it was shaking a lot up here. And as soon as I put it down, it's still going to shake a little bit. It's still going to, there's a lot of turbulence up here. As soon as I put it down, it doesn't come to a complete rest. It's going to go on its own. But right there, see, it's found its still point. It's at rest. So what I'm saying is try, which is not really a trying, but I gotta say it like that, is put down the mind. Let it rest. We often complain how stressed we are, how tired we are, how much my head hurts, thinking about everything. But see it as something that you can put down. When we're over-identified with the mind and we believe to be it doesn't even feel like an option. It's not an option. But as you are awakening, as you are making progress on this spiritual journey, this seems to be seen as now an option. Oh, you mean I can put it down? No one told me that. Of course no one told you that, because everyone is addicted to it, overusing it. It's a compulsion. We can't put it down. We're addicted. I just want it. I just need it. Right? We've become so codependent on it that I need it. What if I put it down? Then what's going to happen? Don't I need it? What am I going to be without it? This is codependency. You have to see that the mind depends on you. You do not depend on the mind. What you'll actually notice is when you put it down, not only are you enjoying peace and rest, it's like the mind gets to rest. It rejuvenates, it rests, it recharges. Then when you want to use it for something, it's like you pick it up, it's ready to go. It's ready to go. It's like you treat it like a tool, right? Because you're using it. Don't you use the mind. Don't let the mind use you, right? It's a tool. So it's like, put it away. It's okay to put the tool back in the toolbox. By you putting away the tool, keeping it in the toolbox, and only taking it out when you need to use it, it's as if it stays sharp. You want a sharp mind or a dull mind? Of course you want a sharp mind. So what I'm saying is, don't be afraid to put it down. Don't be afraid to put it away. You'll notice that when you put it down, when you put it away, that when you want to use it, it's fully rested. It's ready to go. When you want to use that tool, it's sharp. It cuts. It's effective. But when you're always holding on to it, when you're playing with it all the time, well, you see what's happening is you're suffering the mind. It's using you. You're not using it. You're not mastering the mind. You're enslaved to it. And this only happens until you realize that there's actually another option. You don't realize that you can actually put it down. It's as if no one has told you this before. You didn't know about it. Oh, I can put down the mind? Yeah, how do I do that? Well, How did I put down the cup? I just let go of it. That's exactly what you do. That's what meditation is. It's letting go. When you practice letting go, it's where it feels like after the meditation, it's really like recharged, rejuvenated. Clarity, you're like snappy. You're sharp. You're on. You're ready to go. It has that feeling. All because of why? What happened? You just put the mind down. You let it rest. You let that mind rest, and it performs the best. You put the mind away. And then when you want to use it, it's sharp. If you're always using it, it's just bound to get dull. It needs to rest. You need to let go of it. And with this practice, which is really meditation, is letting go, you get more and more, you could say, comfortable, more familiar, more used to putting it down. It's like your entire life, you've always been holding on to this thing. And someone said, what are you doing holding on to that? You can put it down. And you're like, what? I can put it down? You're like, yeah, you're making a mess. You're spilling everywhere. Put it down. You're like, oh, what? Like, how do I do that? Just let go of it. It's okay. In fact, it's actually better that you let go of it. Oh, huh. I didn't know. I didn't know that was an option. And you start noticing what the experience is like when you put it down. At first, it might feel like this codependency. You're gonna die if you put me down. You're gonna be nothing if you put me down, and create all this panic and terror. Like I said, who's using who? Who's the master? You or the mind? So, sure, that may arise, and it's having this courage to put it down. Having this courage to let it go. And not only do you realize the freedom from the mind, I'm free. Ooh, it's like you're rested, you're not holding on, you're not straining yourself, holding on to it, controlling it. You put it down, you can stretch. It's no longer a burden. It's no longer a weight that you're holding on to. You put it down. Then, like I said, it's like something changes. See, it was using you to hold it the whole time. You put it down, that's enough of that. I'm putting you down. You can rest. And you come to find that you can actually pick it up whenever you want. It's there for you whenever you want. It's not like it goes away, that you never have access to it. It's there whenever you want. But you seem to enjoy the experience of putting it down. Like I said, it's like your entire life you've only known holding it. You've only known this, holding it. But you've been making a mess, right? You've been making a mess because you're trying to hold it. Better drink this because it's getting cold. But you didn't know that you can do that. And then one day someone says, did you know you can put that down? You go, what? I mean, everyone else, look at everyone else. They're carrying their teacups, walking around, spilling it everywhere. They're complaining about how much they're spilling. And you meet someone that says, no, you could put it down. See, my teacup's on the ground. I put it down. I'm relaxing. See, I've got both arms now. I can do what I want. I'm not tied to this thing. So much freedom, not holding on to that teacup. You give it a try and you notice. You're like, oh, you're right. It did feel good to put that down. What a weight that I just offloaded. And then you go and you pick it back up and you might have forgotten what it felt like. And that's why I said it's like a practice. You get used to putting it down more and more. And it seems that you put it down for longer periods of time. But whenever you want it, it's right there. You pick it back up. You want it? Just how you're drinking it, right? I put it down when I'm not drinking out of it. When I want to drink, it's right there. I don't forget how to drink. I don't forget how to use the cup. It's right there. And just like that, the mind is the same way. It's a shift. It was using you your whole life. And then after you master it, it's a tool for you to use. And because you've put it away, you're taking good care of it, you're allowing it to rest, it performs the best. So just wanted to share that that's an option for you. If you haven't tried it, I highly recommend it. Put down the mind. Enjoy that freedom from the mind. Give it some rest. Put it away. Take care of it. And see something changes. It's like it starts behaving better. Starts cooperating with you. Seems like it knows that you're in charge now. It seems like you've, called it on its bluff. It was using the fear tactics. You're going to be nothing without me. And you simply were courageous enough to put it down, to let go of it. You need courage to let go of it. To let go of it all. And then you realize, I let go of it. I was struggling and stressed out about not spilling, and all I wanted to do was, just keep this still and not make a mess. And I was courageous enough to put it down and go. I exist without the mind. I put it down. I'm not dependent on the mind. I exist without it. I'm free from it. And this is your inherent freedom. You realize what you are. You let go of everything. And it becomes self-evident of what you are. You realize that you are freedom, freedom itself. You realize that you were never truly enslaved to this mind. You only imagine to be. You only imagine to be trapped in this teacup. But by putting it down, there's a clear distinction that I am not that. And experientially, you realize that it's there whenever you want to use it. That this is actually made of you. It's a movement of you. It's a manifestation of you. So then it's like the roles switch. You were serving the mind your entire life, and then now the mind starts serving you. You as what? Metaphorically speaking, we could say the heart. That the mind starts serving the heart. Prior to this, you didn't even realize that you were the heart. You always thought that you were the mind. You're disconnected from what you were. Disconnected from what you are as the heart. So now the mind starts serving the heart. The mind starts serving love. The quality of the mind changes. But this won't be realized until you put it down. So it's an invitation to put down the mind. Hopefully this helps. I'll see you in the next one.